just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy. Don't ever play with guns. I hear the train a-coming.
So I'm sitting at home on November, I guess it's 24th or 23rd, whatever. I forget what the rest of America, and I guess some Pan American countries refer to as Thanksgiving, which I don't celebrate anymore once I came into some knowledge of the truth, as far as what we do and do not observe whenever it comes to the creator of heaven and earth, Yahuwah. So I remember buying some books. No, did I buy them? No, I didn't buy them. They were left out on the curb. It was a whole volume of Encyclopedia Britannica in front of a Jewish thrift store. Yeah, I'll never forget that. So I grabbed them and I looked up what the origin of Thanksgiving was. And these are the ones that I bought. It's my library. So, let's see. Let me see. We got P's to the R's, the RS, T, textiles. Should be in this one right here. So, I'm going to take this and let's open this up. Let's see what it says. Okay. H.A. G still. Oh, Thanksgiving. I got it highlighted. I remember doing this from last year. I remember looking at this. Thanksgiving. It says Thanksgiving throughout the United States is a day of religious observance set apart to give thanks for the blessings of the past year, as well as an occasion for family reunions, bountiful dinners, and festivities in the home. Okay. Originating with Thanksgiving festivals held by Plymouth colonies in December 1621 in gratitude for the ending of difficult year and for a successful harvest. It became a particularly popular holiday among the New England colonies. The native fruits and vegetables, wild turkeys, pumpkin pies, which constituted the fare of that first Thanksgiving feast, becoming the traditional food for the day. In succeeding years, the various New England colonies celebrated Thanksgiving Day in recognition of such happy events as good harvest and victories over Indians. Victories over Indians. Okay. And they wonder why Indians don't want to keep this. Okay. North Americans. Indigenous North Americans. President George Washington in 1789 issued the first presidential Thanksgiving proclamation in honor of the new Constitution. During the 19th century, an increasing number of states observed the day annually. Each appointed its own date. That president, Abraham Lincoln, October 3rd, 1863, by presidential proclamation appointed the last Thursday of November as Thanksgiving Day, was due to the unremitting efforts of Miss Sarah J. Hale, editor of the Goodies Ladies book. Each succeeding president made similar proclamations until President Franklin Delano Roosevelt in 1939 appointed the third Thursday of November in December of 1941. However, Congress, by joint resolution approved by the President, set the fourth Thursday of November as the Thanksgiving Day. A national public holiday, though Thanksgiving Day in the United States is rooted in native tradition, the idea of a day set apart to celebrate the completion of the harvest and to render homage to the spirit who caused the fruit and the crops to grow is ancient and universal. Similarly, the practice of designating a day of Thanksgiving for specific spiritual or secular benefits has been followed in many countries. In the United States, Thanksgiving, despite its religious associations, often had a distinctly secular flavor. All right. The Yankee countries, Thanksgiving in the middle of the 19th century traditionally featured a raffle of fowls on Thanksgiving Eve and a shooting match in the morning. In New York City, the day was celebrated by companies of fantastically costumed persons who paraded noisily through the streets. Children dressed in the clothes of their elders went about their neighborhoods begging for money or for contributions of fruits and vegetables. Canada has long celebrated a Thanksgiving Day. The dates varying from year to year, but finally generally placed on the second Monday in October. Pan American Thanksgiving Day is observed annually by representatives of the Latin American countries in the nation's capital. Was first celebrated in 1909. So we should see the F.B. Hoff Proclamation of Thanksgiving. This must be a book in 1858. W.D. Love, The Fast and Thanksgiving Day of New England, 1895. J.K. So, or S.O. All right. So, this is actually a day that was rooted in a pagan belief that was brought up to speed, and people want to celebrate it today as if it's okay. And if you believe in the creator of heaven and earth, and if you're obedient to him, I think the Messiah said, if you love me, keep my commandments. So one of the commandments, I think the first, which will have no other deities or gods or elves before me. So, meaning he doesn't share, or he's not okay if you keep another practice that belongs to another deity, no matter how much society has tried to clean it up or make it seem okay. America has been a trip. They've lied to us for a long time about a lot of things. The question is, now that you know, because I told you, and I'm showing you, what will you do? Thanksgiving.
All this turkey, I didn't spend all this time slaving in the kitchen. Stop playing. Of course I cooked this food. Baby, go see who's at the door.
I know you waited for this. this one.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, this is a cancellation. I know this is the time of the year where the family members get together, ain't it? Greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, turkey better with the dressing, ain't it? Wonder if I put a little bit of blood on the turkey, would it elevate it? Bloody, bloody, bloody people of color. Cut them, shoot them, burn them, leave them to suffer. This song is not about pilgrims and Indians meeting each other and feasting for supper. This is about millions of Indians murdered and villages burning and bleeding for nothing. This about all my descendants in Africa happy and acting like we ain't discussed it. Y'all be saying that ain't the reason we celebrate it. This about giving the glory to God in the time that we spend as a family, ain't it? That was so long ago, we wasn't even alive. We gotta accept the changes. Sounding just like the white kids that be saying, forget about segregation. I can't keep embracing the demons. How do we celebrate on the same day of agreements? Murder and torture and slavery, they was really chopping Indian babies to pieces. Cut off the mama head, yeah, kick it around and play the street with it. Hold up, did I already say chopping up babies to pieces? Chop up the baby, chop the baby, chop the baby. Grandma looking, that's okay, granny. Watch the baby, eat up the dead bodies. Yeah, yeah, and you thought the cops was crazy. I'm killing everybody. Oh yeah, I'm talking Nazi crazy. More blood than the Holocaust, but y'all still won't call it off. Killed so many Indians, they had to get Africans. That's how we got involved. Then they went and got involved. That's when they got our heart involved. Because of that reason, we made this a black tradition. Tell me who asked who kissed it. Ain't we the same people that was marching on Washington for racial equality? Ain't we descendants of civil rights leaders making sure they educated us properly? Ain't we the same people, mad at the same people for making a mockery? Didn't we invent cancel culture? So tell me why we can't cancel culture. Y'all be saying that ain't the reason we celebrate. It's about giving the glory to God in the time we spend as a family.
You're all fucking illegal. You're all illegal. You're all illegal. We didn't invite none of you here. We're the only Native Americans here. That's right. We're the only Native Americans here. You're all illegal. We didn't invite none of you. We didn't invite none of you. Exactly. Get on with your bogus arguments. Get on with your bogus arguments. We're the only legal ones here.
We have Native Americans here.
Yeah. We should have put that sign up when you son of a bitches came. Yeah, that's right. It represents blood. That represents blood spilled by Native Americans protecting this land from the invaders. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You don't want to hear the goddamn truth, do you? Get on, bitch. You don't want to hear the truth. That's what that flag stands for. All the Native Americans you killed to plant your houses here. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth.
The Pequot people were burned alive in the middle of their sleep at night in 1637. Mass Bay Colony, Plymouth Colony, Providence Plantation, Mystic Seaport, all English colonies banded together to burn women and children while they slept in a village at night. They barricaded the exit. They did not allow anyone to leave. They wanted them to burn. They were proud that they burned. This country was proud to write. We could smell their burning, rotting flesh for over a mile away. It's written, folks. Please read it on your own. I am not making this up. Stephen King can't make this up. He was so proud, the town of Norwich, Connecticut, had a statue honoring this man up until roughly a decade ago. John Mason, the man who murdered over 700 people. When anyone, the few people who were able to survive that Holocaust, they were rounded up. They were sold as slaves. Before they were sold, they were marched all the way from Connecticut to Mass Bay Colony, present-day Boston. They were placed on trial. They were declared to be sold as slaves. But before they sent them on that slave ship, they had to humiliate them some more. And they read a declaration that those people shall not ever, once again, even utter the word Pequot. They will no longer be able to call themselves a Pequot. I am proud to say, I'm a Mashantucket Pequot. This is the history, folks. Because that particular day, that particular incident, is when this country declared its second religious day of Thanksgiving.
Today I'm here to talk to my own people. I'm here to tell you it's time to decolonize your mind. You've taken up too many of the other people's ways, and it's thrown you off track. First, let me tell you, every day is Thanksgiving Day. Starting with, I woke up this morning, thank you. The whole purpose of life is to be in a constant state of thanksgiving. I know that a lot of our young people are confused and angry and discouraged. And we feel for you, we hurt for you. A lot of that has to do with the situation in the world today, but you're also being doubly taxed by the what they call intergenerational trauma. Trauma that happened to your ancestors is passed in the DNA, and you feel it too. A lot of you are turning to drugs and alcohol to try to block this out. It doesn't work. Did you know that Native people are born without an enzyme in their brain that processes alcohol, so we get drunk faster, we stay drunk longer, and it makes us really, really crazy? The Creator did not mean for us to have alcohol. When you get drunk, your spirit is off balance for 4 days. And the drugs, that's a government program to keep you enslaved. We're trying very hard to bring you back into the circle, because when we lose so many of you, it really hurts. Some of you are crossing yourselves over, and it's the worst pain we can feel. We're going to love you back into the circle, and you'll be happier, and you'll understand that that was not the way to be. A lot of you also so colonized that you're using the N-word a lot. Don't be caught up in American racism. They don't want us to unite and be together because they're afraid of that we'll treat them the way they treated us. We're human beings. We could never be that thoughtless. And if you have a lot of money and you're out here buying fancy cars and buying a lot of material things, and your people are suffering and you're not helping them, you're always going to be poor in spirit. It's not the way. Material things can be taken away in an instant. And if that's what your whole life is about, then what is your life worth then? I don't like to see our people confused and mixed up and not knowing which way to turn. But when you're confused, it's because your mind and your spirit knows that you're not doing the right thing. And you're never going to be happy like that. We've always been loving people, generous people. And that's the way the Creator meant us to be. I know a lot of our people are Christians. We've always been brought up to have respect for the Christians, because that's how our particular tribe survived the colonial wars, because they had what they called the pray or die policy on us. That meant if you didn't become a Christian, you would get wiped out. Our tribe said, okay, we'll be Christians. We went to their church, but we still did traditional things in the woods where they couldn't see it. So my main message today is decolonize your mind and think about what you're doing. As long as you ain't doing nothing wrong, then you don't have to worry about what other people are doing. I'm sure you got some business of your own to mind. Have a happy day.
Yeah, screaming Black Lives Matter at the table of a pagan feast that celebrates genocide, to say the least. Father, thank you for these abominations we came to eat. Bow our heads and thank friggin' Thor. 100 million Israelites slaughtered, how we gon' win this war? A Roman calendar, Greek sports, Cowboys versus Redskins. I'm praying for my brethren on Thor's day, giving thanks to Odin for all the land that was stolen from my forefathers, yelling out black power with shackles on, reporting live straight out of Babylon. Let's throw a feast, we gotta celebrate this robbery. They all got eyes, but they blind to me. The curses of Deuteronomy, my people fit all the prophecies. Chapter 28, 31, happy Thanksgiving. No need for real change, there's so many slaves living day to day, running on the hamster wheel, FEMA camps, UN soldiers. They ain't scared to kill real life. We alive, but we dead for real. Young and heartless, numb to violence, scared to feel. We used to give them books, now we hand them pills. Princess popping Zans, serve my elder that Millie Rock, come and watch them dance. Put your girl on that boy and she dropped the class. Y'all ain't low, but I got to ask, are we only giving thanks cause we forgot the past? Paganism, 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 paganism. Why? We stiff neck, we don't want correction, we hate to listen. Paganism, 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 paganism. We stiff neck, we don't want correction, we hate to listen. Yeah, what?